Internets, it's that time of the year. Yes, that's right. The holidays are upon us, and there's no better gift than to get someone you love a Bevel product. Let me explain something to you about Bevel, the best shaving products in the game. You see, Nas already told you it's a major key, okay? That bevel blade, you know? But more importantly, the shaver, the groomer, all the lotions. GetBevel.com/Pete. You want to get your father, your uncle, your brother, your cousin, your sister. Just get your loved one a Bevel. And trust me, they'll thank you later. Go to GetBevel.com/Pete. Get yourself a discount. And happy holidays, Internets. Cheer. Internets, man, I am so excited. This Saturday, that's right, December 2nd, from 5 to 9 p.m., the Premium Pete Show, presented by WeWork, live in Houston, Texas. Man, listen, Houston, Texas is like a second home to me. Man, you already know me and the Big Bum B are going to bring out a bunch of special guests, okay? But more importantly, if you're from Houston, I want you to hit me up, man. I want you to come out to this show. The RSVP link is in my bio, okay? Sponsored by Grillo's Pickles, and believe it, we'll have that Grillo's Pickles. I'm telling you right now, anybody understand this? I know people don't take pickles that seriously, but trust me, the best in the game. And once you understand and try the Grillo's Pickles table that we'll have live at this Houston show, you'll be like, okay, Pete, I'm fucking with that kid Travis Grillo from the Grillo's Pickles. More importantly, everybody who attends will leave with a Jason and Mark care package, okay? You got to keep your sneakers clean. You got to keep them fresh. But more importantly, you got to keep them tight. And Jason Mark will help you do that. Also, there'll be a raffle. Fuck it. I could even announce Yeezy raffle from our good folks at the Sneaker Summit. Okay, Sneaker Summit will be there. We'll also be giving away free Sneaker Summit tickets, which is the next day, December 3rd, going down. Man, it's going to be a crazy weekend. And more importantly, I got such a big announcement. Me and Bun got a big announcement to make of something that we will be debuting at the Sneaker Summit on December 3rd. I mean, I feel like that's a lot of information, Internet, but let me tell you something. The WeWork Houston Galleria, okay? It's a grand opening. Sexy spot. Everything's going to be going down. Sounds by DJ Demo. My homie DJ Demo on the ones and twos. It's going to be like a real networking event. Food, drinks, conversation. All you need to do is bring that ass, okay? And I'll tell you right now, WeWork is doing something real special. Everybody who attends is going to get a free week office. Not week office, meaning a free office for a week. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, man. Listen, I don't even need to fucking say anymore. What do I even need to say? But I'm really excited to be down in the age. Those that know me know how much I love Houston, how much I love Texas. A lot of good people out there, man. I'm just really excited. You know, bring your friend, bring your girlfriend, bring your girl, bring your chick, bring whoever, man. I'm telling you right now, we're going to have a great conversation. The drinks will be flowing. The food will be out there. Like, you know, come on, A+. And more importantly, all you got to do is just RSVP. The link is in my bio, and you get money. That's it. Don't ask me how much it is to get in, because it ain't nothing. I'm not playing that shit. I'm like, look, I'm coming to cities with WeWork, okay, and we're providing a great networking event, a chance for you to rub shoulders with different artists, athletes, you know, people of the city, movers and shakers, while you're listening to music, while you're eating food, and while you're drinking some good drink. So again, this Saturday, December 2nd, from 5 to 9 p.m. at the WeWork in Houston Galleria. Okay? You want any information, check the social. Check Premium Pete. Check Premium Pete Show. The link is in my bio, RSVP, and I can't wait to see you there. Let me tell you, man, Internet, I'm not even really fucking with football this year because of all the fuck shit, but I'm so excited to really see, like, other people get a chance. I love Eli and everything he's brought to the table. But, you know, it's funny, too, because, like, in sports, I think, like, people look at how you're exactly doing for the year. You know, people are like, yo, you're a Giant fan? Sorry to hear that. Like, we won 2 rings in you know, in the matter of a multiple amount of years. Like, I'm happy. You know, things happen with teams where, you know, but I really don't see anybody beating the Philadelphia Eagles. I really don't, man. I think they're ferocious on defense. This kid Wentz is super dope. You know, and I really think the Eagles, and it hurts me to say that, especially from being, you know, the NFC East. Like, you know, like I grew up to hate the Redskins, to hate the Eagles, to hate the Cowboys. But I do got to give credit, and you know, having said that, I think more so, I think that's the important, message of the day, giving credit, but more so giving big ups and giving due where it's due. I think so many times people are afraid to big up other people. Like I listened to the Steve Stout Rap Radar episode, and I was like, yo, that shit was golden. And they did a great job. But how many people will say that are doing other programs? And I think we need to do that more. Because, Elliot has told me and B-Dad has told me when they're like, yo, that episode was dope, man. You killing it. And I want to repay that too. And when I say repay, like meaning like, I think people think that if you show love, it'll take some shine away from you. Nah, man. Show love because you like something. If you like something and you don't show love because you're afraid it's going to take something away from you, then you're a sucker. And I mean that because it's like, what are we really doing here? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you can't be the only king. There's plenty of kings, and there's room for everybody to eat, and there's room for everybody to grow. More importantly, man, listen, there's a couple of things I want to ask of the internets right now. One, check in. Wherever you're listening to it from, and you're hearing this right now, head on over to Twitter, @Premium Pete, @The Premium Pete Show. Let me know where you're from. I want to know where the listeners are listening from. Two, what books are you reading? Again, @The Premium Pete, @Premium Pete Show. Let me know what books you're reading because I'm in the mood to start reading again, heavy, and I want some suggestions. All right, this may be a lot, but I'm gonna give you one more. Okay. 3, what's your podcast? I want to hear some different stuff. You have a podcast that you want me to listen to? Email me, thepremiumpeteshow@gmail.com, or add it to me. But make sure you give me some. I'd rather you email it to me so I can listen to your podcast. I don't care if you have little listens or a lot of listens. I want to hear some other podcasts. I want to, I've been in this game for a minute, man. And people think like you need to be like driving a Rolls Royce to give back, or the Phantom, or have Rolexes or chains. Like, and I'm not saying only by giving back. Like, I'm still trying to find my lane and where I'm going. And I think you always have to reinvent yourself. But internets, I want to give you this chance. You have a podcast, you want me to listen to it, want me to give you some critique, fuck it. If you come off correctly and email me where it's like you explain to me what it's about, give me the link, and it's not no half-ass shit, I'll get on the phone with you. I definitely want to do that because I think if you care about podcasting, you should want to be able to help, not just be like, oh, let somebody sink. So listen, that's my message of the day, man. And if you're interested in that, again, @The Premium Pete Show, @Premium Pete, make sure you let me know about the recommendations, about the books, and also about where you are listening from. And if you're really serious about your game, okay, I don't care how many listens you have. I'm not judging you out here. The Premium, that's THE, premiumpeteshow@gmail.com. Email me your podcast, but present yourself right. Put the title in the podcast. Tell me a little bit about it. Send me a link. I'll listen, and then we can build from there. Internets, listen, this week I'm so excited to get to this episode. Just to let you know, there's a couple episodes I have in the can. So I want to preface that and let you know a little bit about it beforehand. We did this episode with our good friend Meyhem Lauren and the legendary DJ Muggs. Me and Dallas Penn. And speaking of Dallas Penn, I want everyone to @Dallas Penn and send your prayers. Dallas Penn had some heart failure a couple of days ago. Was in the hospital for a couple of days. And, he's dealing with his diabetes, now a heart failure. And so I want you to send your prayers and blessings to DB because I'll be honest with you, I said it before, and those listen who may not know. Dallas Penn is the reason I'm on this mic right now. He brought me to the Combat Jack show back in 2010, and he was like, yo, this kid Pete is dope. I just want him to be a guest, and I never left podcasting. So listen, and there's plenty of reasons, not only for me, like, send Dallas Penn your blessings, but me, Dallas Penn, sat down with Meyhem Lauren and DJ Muggs, and listen, it was just really, really dope to hear the story of how they came together. Of course, they were pushing an album, Gems from the Equinox, but and listen, go to iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, wherever albums are, cop it, stream it, support it. Good fucking people. But more than that, when people go on press runs, I get it. But at the end of the day, I wanted to know a little bit more about Meyhem Lauren, know a little bit more about DJ Muggs. And we get into that, man. DJ Muggs, all his production work with Cypress Hill and fucking House of Pain and Mayhem and traveling the fucking world, and him in Action and how he grew up. And listen, again, I want to say this. People go on press runs, and I get it. Fuck you want them to do. They want to push their album. But this was more than just pushing a promo run. This was getting to know Meyhem, getting to know Muggs. And listen, I can't wait for you to hear it. Internets, remember what I said about all those things. Hit me where you from. Hit me about the books and hit me about your podcast. I want to listen to it. I don't give a fuck if it's a country podcast. Yee-haw! Now let's get to the show. Cheer.
Come on, everybody get set, let's go. It's the next episode. It's the Premium Pete Show. News, interviews, all of the info. Listen up, it's the Premium Pete Show. If you want the scoop in the low, down low, listen to the show, cause Milk said so. Fuck what you heard, better act like you know. It's the Premium Pete Show.
Whoa. Yes, you are listening to the Premium Pete Show. You are, I know you don't know that you're listening to the Premium Pete Show, even though that's what you clicked on right now. But yes, you're listening to the Premium Pete Show. Premium Pete is not in the studio right now because he had to go take a deuce. As a matter of fact, I hope he left the deuce. Internets, don't take deuces. Leave them shits. Where are you going to fucking take a deuce? Leave that shit right in the toilet. All right, though, tonight, man, we got a great show on the Premium Pete Show. One of my man's 50 grand. Rap dude, Supreme, Meyhem Lauren, inside the booth with us. Also, legendary hip-hop producer, DJ Muggs. I mean, I'm going way back right now when you open up Muggs' catalog. Cypress Hills, House of Pain, man, all kinds of trip-hop, ambient shit. Like, listen, if you got a dust blunt roll right now, light that shit up. This is going to be one of them shows.
DP, I'm just back from this bathroom trip.
Yo, did you leave it or did you take it?
Man, I left a deuce.
That's what's good.
Internet, and welcome back. Dallas Penn is in the building. And more so, finally, my man Meyhem is in the building.
What up, man? What up?
Yo, we've been trying for a long time to make, scheduling like,
I had nothing to talk about, though. Now I got something to talk about. I'm here with Muggs. We got some fire on deck, and I'm in the building.
I always think you got something to talk about, to be honest with you.
You're right.
I always think you got something to talk about. Yo, right off the bat, I do want to say, you said before that friends become foes and foes become alliances.
It happens.
Now, was that wordplay or some shit you really experienced?
Nah, that's both. That's basically what my music is. Wordplay of shit that I experience, for the most part. Once in a while, I think of something creative. Just throw it in the rhyme because it's cute. Like on one of the records when I said, Shorty thought I was Maurice Dubois. No one ever thought I was Maurice Dubois. That just sounded cool, but for the most part, it's life shit,
Now, let's take it back for a second as we get to know really Meyhem Lauren and Muggs. But let's start with Meyhem. From Queens, right?
Yeah, it's a good place.
Mom and pops, what did they do?
They held it down. They formed a beautiful human, and I'm here.
Was pops was he what did he do for work, or what did moms do for work?
My mother, she sold jewelry. She was a jeweler when I was younger. And she kind of was a stay-home mom. And my father, he had an interesting story. It's a long story, but he ended up...
I heard something. Actually, before you even say that, I think it could have been when Body was on, or maybe it could be on Taxes episode. I heard that that Body, when he got arrested, his parole officer was your pops. Is that true?
Something like that. My pops used to work in like the juvenile justice system. He used to work in like group homes and just
saving
different
young
officers.
Kids.
Yeah, basically. So he had a trouble past when he was young and turned a new leaf, and he ended up working in that field for something called DFY, State Division for Youth. And while Bess was locked up, he crossed paths with my pops, and that's how we met. When we were in high school, Bess heard my name. They called my name in gym class, and he's like, yo, does your pops have the same name? I'm looking at this kid like, yo, why are you asking me about my pops?
Exactly.
Like, who are you? And he's like, nah, I just came home. He was mad cool. He was the only cool dude in the program. Wavy hair, gold glasses. I'm like, yeah, that's my pops, and that's how I met Bess.
Now, you and pops had a great relationship growing up?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Pops 100%. Still around?
Nah.
Okay. Rest in peace.
Definitely.
Now, when we think about Queens, or we think about Ralph Lauren, Polo, Getting Fresh, anything, what was that first inkling that came to your mind?
Meyhem Lauren.
So that's how, for people who may not know, that's how Meyhem Lauren got created?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a culture. It's just a lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like, it started with graph. Like, I was into graph initially, and then that comes with...
Krylon or Rust-Oleum?
Rusto all day. Right now, I'm Hollywood, straight German paint. I don't want none of that right now. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yeah. You run with that shit that you could use on a space shuttle.
Yeah, exactly.
That anti-gravity shit.
Yeah, they switched it up, man. You know what I mean? Krylon's watery. Rusto got the funny caps. Like, yo, I'm straight German paint. I'm sorry, man.
Fat caps?
All day.
Do you remember the day where they were doing the rollers and then spray paint over? Like
that day was yesterday. We still out there, dog.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Yo, when I first seen that, he's like, yeah, where the fuck you been? Yo, when I first seen that, to me, that was different when I was younger, meaning that they rolled, just, and then spray painted over to their piece.
Yeah, it's all innovation. It's just ways to do things quick, ways to stand out, make it happen.
Now, do you remember Pearl Paint's designer markers?
100%. We used to kill Pearl Paints on Canal Street. I was in junior high school. Yeah, murdering them. Yeah.
5-finger discount.
Unis, Pentels, all that. Like, the only thing I ever racked with, like, graph things, like, I just felt like it was supposed to be free. Like, even with gear and shit, I never boosted gear. I always made money and bought things from the boosters. You got to support your local booster, you know what I mean?
Shit.
But, like, when it came to graph things, that was supposed to be free.
Muggs, were you a graph dude coming up?
I used to tag for fun and shit. Just walk down the street and write and shit, but that was it. Nothing too serious.
I mean, you got a slight Queens background also.
Right. Yeah,
up until you were in your teens.
Right. I moved to LA to go to high school.
Dig it.
Around 9th grade, in that summer between 8th and 9th grade.
Oh, dig it. That's a pivotal period. So you started high school out in LA.
That's right.
Okay. What
culture fucking shock.
I was just gonna ask you, what was the vibe?
I went from fucking Lee jeans and Pro Kids and Latigras and do-rags to khakis, white t-shirts and gangbanging.
Dig it.
Just boom, straight to
Did
East
the
LA.
BVDs cross over from New York to LA?
Not really. They was like, what the fuck are you wearing?
Mm-hmm. so when you laid your BVD?
There was no graffiti like that, like out here. Like, it was just, you was gangbanging and writing graffiti. The graffiti culture wasn't like out here.
What brought you to L.A.?
My mom moved out there about 2 or 3 years before, and I stayed living with my aunt. I started getting into trouble, and they was like, hey, you got to go live with your mom now. We tired of you. Go live with your mom. So I went to L.A. and was like, the fuck is this place, man? You know, out here I could jump on a train, jump on a bus, go do shit. Out there was nothing. You was just stuck. And there was no culture out there either. Where I moved, it was like, there was Spanish culture. Where I lived, it was like 99% Mexicans. And then, like, I'm Italian. It was like maybe 3 white kids.
Wait, so you're full Italian?
Yeah.
Shit, I would have never knew, man. I thought you were Spanish, man. But I get the same thing to me, too, anyway.
Right.
When I was away, man, they said you could use the Spanish phone. So, oh, shit, I guess I'm not telling them I'm Italian.
You got a Puerto Rican jawline.
Right. Premium P could be Jewy sometimes. When you look at his nose, he could be Arab. He could be like he could be Ahmed. You know, you could really
you just fit in wherever you go. Just I'm right
here. Basically, Meyhem. You know what I want to ask you? You're in Queens. Did you break down how Meyhem Lauren came up?
Nah, just culture.
The reason why I asked that for is because there's been even people like, for example, Bun. Like he was like, yo, my first name was Stormtrooper. You know, he's like, I didn't know. I just, and then they named.
How Meyhem Lauren, like the actual name.
Yeah, it came together. Yeah.
Oh, my name is Jamie.
Okay.
Jamey. That's why I spell Mayhem Meyhem. So
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yo.
So I used to just write May like Mey. That's what I used to write. And then I was like, you can't call yourself May One. Like, it's funny when I first started rapping, I said my name was May One. My brother's like, yeah, that sounds like something off the Chinese menu. Like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah, let me order a May One.
So then I was like, all right, Mayhem, and then Meyhem Lauren because it was May Low. So it just grew from that. That's how it all happened.
And so you're in Queens. You met Action at an early age.
Yeah, no, Action since I'm 12. We went to junior high school together.
And what was that? Just being friends and
that's my man. You know what's funny? You know why I talked to him? I remember he had an orange Mets jersey on and a pair of orange Clarks, and I was like, "Yo, where'd you get those?" And we just started talking. Like, we've been cool ever since then.
That's the kind of dude you are, though. What's funny is I meet Meyhem Lauren on Jamaica Avenue.
Why wouldn't you? At the beef patty block. You already know.
On the Coliseum Strip, straight up and down in a sneaker shop. I got on a bear scarf. He was like, yo, nice scarf. I'm like, yo, good looking out. Like, whenever you see somebody who got a nice piece on, you always salute that person.
Not a hater. I show love.
Of course, you show love because, man, boom, you know you got pieces. Man, we might be able to, and you said that exactly. He was like, yo, you do that? And I'm like, yeah, I fucks with this. He was like, yo, I got pieces, man. Maybe we could do some deals. I'm like, that's a bet, man. Let me get your math.
Here we are many years later.
I take his number down, and I go do my thing, whatever day carries on. Later that night, midnight or whatever, I'm sitting down working on a weblog, and I go look at this site from Australia, uncut.com.
Shouts to
my
Robbie.
favorite
It's my man.
little sites for that underground shit. And who comes up at the lead of the page? Meyhem Lauren. I'm like, yo, I just met this cat.
That was crazy about that. That was my first interview ever. That was my first like popped my internet cherry. Like I just started rapping. That was like the first thing I did. So it's ill that you stumbled upon that.
Yo, boom. The first time I opened up Uncut that night, and I'm like, I just seen this cat. I'm like, oh, okay, this dude is official. He's on the most official hip hop site. Yo, this cat is official. And it's wild, man, because I feel like I like to know how y'all intersect, because we're talking about someone with a catalog that's 25 years deep in hip hop.
My first record was with 783. When I moved to LA, I met these kids from Brooklyn, and my first record was in '88.
88.
Colors was my first gold record.
Oh, from the movie?
Yeah, a group called 783. They was from the Linden Projects, apartment 7A.
Dude.
Yeah, and it was us three, so it was like 783. That's where the name came from. And they was living in L.A., and I met them. I was down with Cypress already. There's a block called Cypress. And we was doing our thing over there. And my homeboy went to Hollywood. He's like, yo, I met these kids from Brooklyn. You got to come out there and meet them. They're cool. They're from East New York. So I went out there, and then I met them, and they had a record, a 12-inch record called 783 Will Rock You. And we was doing a party. And I was like, yo, y'all want to come play at our party? Because we didn't know nobody with a record out. And we was like, all right. So they came. And I DJ for them, and then they was like, yo, you want to DJ for us? We about to open up for Ice-T for 3 shows. So I did, boom, boom. We got down with Ice-T's Rhyme Syndicate. Then we got the song on Colors called Mad Mad World. And then we broke off and got our own deal on Geffen Records. At the same time, Guns N' Roses was there, and Jermaine Dupri was there. I think he was like 14 or 15 producing a group called Silk Times Leather. Little kid then.
But before you even go to that, how'd you learn to DJ? Like,
man, when I moved to L.A., there were some kids across the street, and I used to buy weed from them. And I go over there, and they was DJing freestyle, boom, and and I just go over their crib and smoke weed and just play a little bit, play on the turntables. And then after like 2 or 3 weeks, I was better than them. And they was going to the house parties, and I was like, yo, look at all these bitches. Damn, yeah, I'm DJing.
Yeah.
I'm playing whatever, yeah, boom, and get it cracking, and just started playing freestyle records. And then it was an ill time, though, because I'd come back here, and I'd bring back, like, Rakim when it came on Zankia, my melody, the bridge. I'd bring back the 12 inches back, and they was like, what's this? They didn't even know what that shit was over there. There was no way to know what was going on in New York, fashion or music. So I was bringing records back.
You're cross-pollinating right now.
Yeah, I had like an advantage at that time because there was no way to get those records. I'd bring them, but you couldn't really play those in the party yet because nobody wanted to hear that shit. It was too slow.
Yeah.
You could play Planet Rock and records like that, but that's about all that would work in the mix.
So I'm learning shit right now. When me and Muggs talk, we always talk about the present and the future. Like, yo, this the plan. We're knocking this album out. Yo, that's what we're going to do on the next shit. But we don't really talk about the past, so I'm here learning things.
You know, I'm bugging out on the East New York connection because there's a neighborhood a little bit north of East New York, between Queens and East New York, called Cypress Hill.
Right.
And I always thought there was always this connection that, these cats are from East New York.
Yeah, that's what we used to think when we were young.
Yeah, we thought
Cypress Hill Street, right by the cemetery.
Cypress Hill was from Cypress Hill.
And then we did those 2 videos in New York with Killer Man and Hand on the Pump. We did in Red Hook.
but you can't just say that. How did you, like, I know you said that that's how you got with Cypress, but
Right.
How did that really even come together, like where they respected what you were doing, or how did you even get involved
Cypress?
with them? Yeah.
Well, I met him through a DJ friend of mine, Julio G, who was like, yo, I'm going to bring these MCs over. Because I had a cassette player. His cassette player broke. He's like, come over and record this thing. So he came over. He brought B-Real. He brought Mellow Man Ace, which is Sen Dog's brother. And he brought about 7 of the other homies from Cypress. Because Cypress was just a hood. It wasn't a rap group yet or nothing. So, and then me and B-Real clicked, like clack. And they was like, yo, come over to the hood and come kick it. Drink some 40s. So I'm like, fuck it. I rode back with them to the hood. Drank 40s, smoked weed all night. And then met Sen Dog came back, and then... slanging crack, slanging weed on the block. It was like that. And this is like 85. And then B-Real, Sen Dog and his brother Mellow Man Ace had a group. And then me and B-Real made a group. And then there was like 3 more rappers. And the whole crew was called DVX, called Devastating Vocal Excellence. So out of that shit, Me and B-Roll started doing demos, but we do demos with like double cassette players, rapping over with the mic going right in, rapping over whatever instrumental we had, you know what I mean? And then I got fucking Sendog's brother. I told him, yo, so then I met them 783 cats after.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, I met these fools, yo, coming to Hollywood, yo, there's studios over there, and yo, we doing this shit for colors. Come with me all the time. Every time we do something, come, we, meet these motherfuckers. So Mellow Mayonnaise came with me, and he came up to Delicious Vinyl. Delicious Vinyl had a little studios. They didn't put Tone Loc out yet. They didn't put Young MC out. They just had their little studios. And Mellow was there, and I was like, I was talking to them. They was like, yeah, we just starting this label called Delicious Vinyl. And I was like, okay. And I was like, yo, he raps. And he's like, all right, whatever. And then I was like, he raps in Spanish. And I seen their eyes go ching ching. Mm-hmm. But he didn't rap in Spanish. It only his brother did. He used to do all these Spanish clubs in L.A. and go in there. And there was freestyle clubs. We'd go in and they just start, rapping. And they was like, who the fuck is this shit? And he'd be rapping in Spanish, dirty-ass rhymes. You know what I mean? So Mello went home that night and he started writing a song, but he had his mom help him because he couldn't write in Spanish. So his mom helped him write a rhyme. We went back, did the demo in my house, went back, and he got signed to Delicious Vinyl.
Damn.
Yeah, when you speak about doing the vinyl in your house, right? Being an Italian
demo in the house.
Well, doing a demo, and you speak about being an Italian kid. What did your parents think about, because at that time it's like, DJing, or maybe they didn't believe it was a real career.
Oh, hell no. My mom's like, what the fuck are you doing playing with them goddamn records? What the hell are you doing in there? What the fuck's going on? Well, he's like, how the parents get a job, go to school, get a job, go to college.
Right. Like, I also want to contextualize, too, the time and what's going on in L.A. Because, you have Ice-T.
Right.
And is there not a push to kind of import this music from
Ice was
the
young,
East
though.
Side?
Ice had Killers out. He had the song Killers. He didn't have, and he had 6 in. That's all he had. Like, it wasn't big yet.
Okay.
Like, that's all he had at that time.
So it was still so underground. It was still so
Ice-T
raw and
was
underground.
whack. Ice-T was wearing orange leather with spikes and fucking ski goggles.
He was still on that Kumo D wave. Yeah.
I'd go to the breakdance contest at the park, and there'd be Ice-T with his fucking goggles on. I'm like, this shit is whack, yo. This shit is fucking garbage. What's this shit? He can't rap. The first rapper I liked out of L.A. was King T, and then Cube. Anything else was like,
Yeah.
It's crazy. There's some old Ice-T shit that I fuck with, like that Bitches 2 record. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Some of y'all niggas is bitches.
That's
too.
one of my favorite
Yeah, but
songs
that was like later though.
Yeah.
I remember when he recorded that record because I was living with DJ Aladdin at the time, doing the Cypress demos, and Aladdin was doing the Mad Circle with WC and Coolio. They wasn't signed yet. We wasn't signed yet. We was living in the same apartment, and Ice would come over. And I know who he wrote that about too. He wrote it about one of the homies.
Yeah, I love that record. I just can relate to it. A lot of these niggas is bitches
too because he liked one of the homies' girls, and he was like, "Hey, yo, your man be fucking mad bitches when he on tour, right?" She's like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, every time he go on tour, he be fucking bitches and fucking bitches." And then he took homie's girl from him, boom, and Ice-T was like, "Oh, word." That's what his song's about.
It's crazy.
Muggs, your production is still knocking. Still soulful. Still got a lot of grit. You ever think about changing it because of the trend being more radio friendly, or just the trend changing?
No, I've done other records, like other styles. It's easy to do. Trap records I dig trap. It's fun. You know what I mean? But I was just I prefer to do grimy ass New York, smoke a blunt, nighttime shit, like what's around the fucking corner music. You know what I mean?
Well, that makes sense. When me and Muggs connect, you know what you're gonna hear from us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Let's rewind to y'all two connecting, because again, like I said, you got this deep catalog, this deep rich history, and you're meeting a guy who's
like, real quick. I just did Diane Word from South Africa. I did their last album. I did 9 songs in their last album. You listen to that, you like, oh shit, you did this? You know what I mean?
So
Diane Word.
So the album that y'all put out together, okay?
Gems from the Equinox.
What does that even mean?
The Equinox is the one time of the year where it's equal light and day everywhere. So it's kind of like we're somewhere in that middle ground. It's not completely dark. It's not completely good or righteous either. That's just kind of how I feel I am as a human. So that's the Equinox. And Gems is just like, yo, it's just jewelry. We dropping jewels. We hitting you with life shit.
Wordplay. I tell you one thing. Meyhem has always said to me, and he uses to a lot of people, Happy Thanksgiving. For years now, whenever I
Every
text
day
this
is
kid,
Thanksgiving, dog. You know
I
it.
text him Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it
That's
could
true.
it could be in January or February or March, and I hit this kid, and whatever I say, I always end it with a Happy Thanksgiving. More importantly, I think we may have said this off air. I'm not sure. How did y'all meet? I know you said at Alchemist's crib.
Yeah, we met at Al's crib when Al was working with Action for the Rare Chandeliers project a few years back. Muggs came through. It was the right place, right time. I remember it was mad people in the studio, bunch of rappers. Everyone passed out. Everyone smoked all day. They drinking.
You don't do any drugs.
Exactly.
I left already, though. Was I still there? No, I left.
Nah, you actually left. Yeah, you left the beats loaded up. You said, yo, you want to fuck with him? Fuck with him. So Muggs loaded up two joints, knocked them out. He came back in the morning. That was that. I didn't even know what they were for. I'm just like, yo, you know what? Muggs is leaving beats telling me to rap. Am I fucking retarded? Of course I'm a rap. You know what I mean? So we didn't even talk for a minute. He did him. Said, what up? Yo, I like him. Hit me back like maybe 6 months later. An email like, yo, I just listened to those joints. They were fire. You want to do a project? And I'm like thinking, nigga, Muggs wants to do it. Yeah, I want to do a project. Like,
Sure.
hell yeah. And we just jumped into it. It happened mad organically.
And 11, it's funny because I told you, I'm like, damn, only 11 tracks. I know Mayhem wants to put out fucking like 26.
Oh, at least.
Okay?
And that was the short record, the 26.
How did this get down to 11?
Yo, just working with Muggs. Like, you know, you grow when you work with somebody. You guys got to see eye to eye. And, you know, we just trimmed the fat. He's like, yo, let's just pick the best shit.
Yeah.
Cut it off at this number. He actually said, let's cut it off at 10. And I just kept saying, that we need this
And
11. We need
it
this
wasn't
11.
even like there's songs that might be better than some you might think, or he might think, or I might think. There's other bangers. There's at least another 6 fucking monsters that.
Yeah.
Some days I was like, fuck, maybe I should have put that one. Some days I'm like that one. And,
Well, good. Then there's at least another project.
Yeah.
You know,
Or a bonus thing.
Yeah. There's something else to bubble with. But Gems from the Equinox is the perfect length. It's a real great follow up to Piatto de Oro,
Which was a masterpiece.
I really liked. Now I like Piatto de Oro, but I really like this because again, you're just consistent with your rhyming. You're consistent with your wordplay. I love a rapper who makes me have to go and get a notepad and have to write down their lyrics, just to see how they took a word, flipped it, either extended the syllables for it, compressed it, or just put it together, put the bar together, and that's been a pleasure for me. I feel like since Kool Moe Dee. And then Rakim, and then other great rappers who, you know, you had to just open up your notebook and write down what they were saying because it was so dope. And, I mean, again, you're still doing that.
Makes me feel good, bro. That's all I know, you know? Like, I'm a rapper's rapper, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could do other things. Of course, you experiment, you go out the box, you test shit out, but I do real rap. That's what I do, you know what I mean?
You know, even when you think about, how do you even pronounce that album, Piatto? How do you say that?
Come on, you're Italian, man.
I know, but let me tell you something. Italian Americans are the worst pronouncers. Trust me.
Piatto de Oro, just
Forget about it.
a plate of gold. That's all. That's the translation. You know, so I literally took a plate out of a Versace plate in the crib, threw 2 of my chains on it, threw 2 of my man's chains on it, and I got the best album cover until this one. You got to keep elevating it. You know what I mean?
You know, I really feel.
Now we gave Jesus Uzis.
There you go.
Straight up.
You know, I feel like that album was super creative.
It was fun. I had fun with it, you know?
You ever feel like, you know, that maybe it didn't get like the big accolades that it should have got? You ever feel that way?
Yo, I never want to be a crybaby or seem like that bitter dude. I feel like everything I did didn't reach its potential. Nothing I've done has really gone to where I feel it should have gone. Things are moving in the right direction. Everything's elevating. Yeah, I've done things, but I feel it is what it is. I'm going to just keep working and whatever pops.
Sure.
You already got 2 visuals for Gems from the Equinox. You already got 2 videos out right
Murder
now.
Rap.
Do you have more videos
And Street
coming?
Religion. Yeah, we got a lot more videos.
Okay.
We went kind of crazy with the videos this time.
It's very interesting how in rap, in music in general, people see your song before they hear it.
Yeah.
People see your song on YouTube, and people may not even see a full video. It may just be a still image of an album cover.
Yeah.
But YouTube is such a channel, a platform for people to get music.
It's important. At the end of the day, people see you before they see your music. I'm not going to front. Like, you might stumble across a song, you might hear it and say, oh, this record's dope by accident. But, like, let's say you see a certain dude or an artist, I could look at you and be like, damn, I don't even want to hear what he has to say. Look at him. Or I might be like, oh, son is kind of fresh. Like, let me see what he's rapping about. Like, all that counts.
Yeah.
Obviously, the content, the lyrics, that's more important than anything. But you got to play all the roles. It's important.
Yeah.
You can't just be a bum who's mad good at rap.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear that. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny, like.
No, but when we talk about like your last album, and you think about like you saying, hey, I just go in and I just try to continue to do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
You ever get like frustrated, where it's like you think that this album may get more accolades than the other one, or you want to save some shit as you get bigger? You ever think of that?
I never think about saving
Just
anything.
keep on putting that.
Everything I do, I just give it my all. Everything's a different thought. Everything has a different goal, and it's just rock. You know what I mean?
One thing like I like is that we'll get to it, but even with Action, like you're the one. You always been rapping.
Yeah.
You're the one that told him he should rap. For people listening that may not even know that story, how did that even go down?
Ack was just my man. Like I said, we family forever. And he didn't rap. He actually drove. He had a car before any of us. So he would actually drive me to the studio sometime, like come hang out. He'd smoke. And he would like freestyle in the car, rap in the car. And I'd be like, yo, dog, you're nice. And eventually told him to get in the booth. And like I said, I'm not taking responsibility for his rap. He's ill. He had the talent. And he went and actually did projects and took his position. But yeah, he never wanted to be a rapper. You know what I mean? But yo.
But it takes good people around you to support you. See, that's one thing I really like about you, because you see talent, or you see something that's dope is dope. You're not trying to supersede or like, damn, I'm trying to get on first or anything.
Nah.
I always appreciate that about you, because it's like, as he's gotten bigger, so have you.
Of course.
And it wasn't like you would, man, time just, good things happen in time, man. And they are.
Nah, it's family. And like I said, you work together. Like, yeah, I helped him rap. He helped me get on TV. One hand wash the other. We're just moving. Hopefully, I get in movies and I give him the movie assist. We just keep pulling each other up. That's it.
Okay. First of all,
so then let's take it.
When I go to Congress, I'll bring him to Congress.
Let's take it all the way back then to Queens, to Kew Gardens. Boom. What is the perfect way for you and Act to kind of celebrate ascendancy? What's the perfect restaurant? Is it Georgia Diner? Is it?
Or take us through a moment where you and him felt like happy about the success that you gained, whether it be for both of you or just him or you.
I mean, just every
and how do you
day.
celebrate? Because it's important to celebrate, man.
That's why I tell you, every day is Thanksgiving. Straight up, like every day we celebrate. I'm thankful every single day that whatever I have going on in my life is happening. Like, we got a lot of friends that have jobs they hate. Or are locked up in jail, or are dead. Like, dog, it's Thanksgiving. I'm up here on a podcast talking shit, wearing a shirt with my album cover on it. Like, life is good right now.
Get a picture of that motherfucker.
You know what I mean? Like, that's it. We don't have like big celebrations. Just live life every day. Enjoy it.
Look, one thing, like I said, watching you for over the years, proud, but more importantly, passport stamps have been stamped, okay?
I got to get some new pages. Matter of fact, I'm about to go to Europe in December. I got to get new pages, or they'll stop me in the middle and send me back.
So you're on your second
I'm glad
one?
you brought that up.
You're on your second one?
I think I'm getting an extension first before the second. I think they got to add some more pages. I figure it out. Muggs would know about that. I don't know about that yet.
You got to extend it in and get an extension.
There we go.
Okay, see, listen.
They'll add pages.
You're getting information. Dallas, people getting information on what they need to do if they ever get that much stamps on their passport.
Listen. That's a good problem to have.
I mean, I think it is.
That's a great problem to have.
Let's when you think about, and this I mean wholeheartedly, when you think about success, there's a lot of memorable moments.
Yeah.
What really sticks out to you so far from what you have done?
Honestly, first time watching yourself on TV, like sitting in the crib with my parents and like we're all on the couch watching me on TV. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm in Morocco slapboxing with a butterfly. Like, damn, things changed in a year. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo, you're stupid.
nah, I'm being real.
No,
like,
I know, but it's just stupid. Yo,
that's the moment.
Hey, listen, that's Muggs. You've been around the world, worked with House of Pain, Cypress Hill, tons of other fucking people. When you look back at it, I'm not asking for one, but what's a memorable moment that really sticks out to you?
You know, it's ill. EPMD used to be one of my favorite groups ever. I'm coming out of Wetlands, walking down the street. I look and I hear somebody bumping out, I Can Kill a Man, but it wasn't out yet. And I look, it's fucking EPMD in the Benz bumping it. They had got the fucking the white pre-release from Columbia, because we turned it in, but it didn't come out for 6 months. So they got the promo. Me and Sendo was like, yo, fuck. Yeah, shit was ill. Classic. Right there.
Classic. That means
that's an ill moment. First of all, to hear your music bumping in a car, period, anytime is ill. But then to
And
hear
it wasn't out yet,
that
though.
wasn't out. I'm saying to hear something that wasn't even out yet. It's like, wait a minute, who got their hands on that? And then to see it's Eric and Parrish, like it's these guys who are like fucking already on Mount Rushmore for what they did with hardcore rap. Yeah. So then it's like, oh shit, like that's the type of shit that will have you. Did you go straight to the studio from there and just work for like the next 5 years straight?
Yeah, I've been working the last 30 years straight. I ain't stopped. But
Thank you.
That's that kind of shit though. It's like, yo, fuck, that shit was, you know.
Yep, and you just keep wanting those moments. You know,
man, that is the superest drug right there. I mean, because
you do this. I didn't care about. I didn't know blowing up. I figured we sell 100,000 records because everybody I liked at the time was selling about 150,000. You just want respect from your peers. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like,
sure.
I want them motherfuckers to like my shit and walk in and get daps. I'm cool. That's if I got that, I'm cool with this. We got a little bit more than that, but that's all I was looking for at the time.
Now, were you DJing? Were you DJing for House of Pain?
No, I just produced them.
Okay, you ever go on the road with them when they went on the road?
No.
Okay.
No, I just did their records. They were signing my
But
production
Cypress, you went on the
group,
road. How was those shows?
Ridiculous.
Crazy.
How much weed was getting
we started off in the van doing one stops, playing in front of 16 people at breakfast, you know what I mean, to like following Naughty by Nature in the tour bus when they had OPP cracking. We was in our van following them around because it took us, our record really didn't pop nationally for 6 months. And then
why do you think that happened?
I think Columbia put the wrong single out. We told them put Killer Man and Hand on the Pump, and they go, no, we want to put Funky Feelin' out. It was like, we didn't have no say at the time. We ain't done shit yet, so they put that out, and we was grinding. We was like, man, we got to tour. One fan at a time. So I
had the single.
Then we was on Naughty by Nature's tour. Then we was on Third Base tour, just like any tour we can get on, just to get in front of people and steal. We're gonna steal everybody's fans every night, just steal their fans, and then they started playing Killer Man, Stretch, Flex. They was killing it. Then boom, we did the video for Killer Man. Then it was Video Music Box, killing it, and MTV Raps playing it like 3 times a week. And you was getting 1 time a week maybe, and then Juice all at the same time. Then we started doing like from 1,000 records a week to like 75,000 records a week.
Now who produced Killer Man?
I did the whole album.
All
the Cypress albums except for the last one.
Killer Man, Hand on the Pump?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Yo, were you high when you made those?
Hell yeah. Like a motherfucker, boy.
Let me tell you something. Those beats in general, man, when you think about it, man, go down in history in hip-hop. Yo, I remember being, like, honestly, like, that shit will make you want to be something more than you could ever imagine. What did you pull out
for those? I mean, both. I'm thinking of the horn sample, which is just crazy in there. What was the foundation of those? Was it the drum? First, where did you start?
Just samples, just whatever. I only had like a crate of records. I didn't have like now, I think there's too much shit now. It's like too many choices, Then I just had a crate. I used to go back through them records over and over and just find little morsels of anything I could find on them records because that's all I had. It was a crate of records.
And I mean, the production is different than also. I mean, to tell you the truth, because of Public Enemy, because of y'all, because of NWA, the art of sampling had to get attacked in the 90s. Then Wu-Tang, art of sampling had to get attacked, where you really couldn't sample. Who could afford to sample any longer?
When I turned the first record, because I remember when right before that, everything was kind of cool until that Gilbert Sullivan Bismarck thing happened, and that's what really fucked everything really bad. I remember turning my first record in, and Chris Schwartz and Joe the Butcher, who owned Rough House, where we was signed, was like, we ain't clearing none of these samples. This album will never come out if we clear these samples. We're just putting it out and we're going to deal with it later. Fuck it, they just put the record out. They dealt with it later. And it cost some money later. Like just for that Duke of Earl was $50K. And then I told Ice Cube one day, yo, that shit was $50K. He goes, that's it? He goes, I'll pay $100 for a hit.
Now, what was the...
oh, shit, I never thought about it like that.
You think about, when they first heard Killer Man, Cypress Hill. What was their reaction? Was you in the studio, or how did that happen?
When we made Killer Man, we did it at my crib on a different beat. It was called Trigger Happy Nigga, and B-Real was rhyming. It was just one line in the whole song. It was because here is something you can't understand, how I could just kill a man one time, but then I was like, yo, that's the hook right there. He's like, what are you talking about? I go, that's the hook. Then we put the rhyme on another beat, and then we made that the hook, and I took the rest of the verse and moved it as the second verse, and then it's just like that's how we used to work.
And he knew
One time, one tried to come in my home,
Yeah.
take my chrome. I said, "It's on. Take cover, son."
When he heard that, he knew, all of you knew you had a hit. You know how they say,
Yeah, because we used to record on the cassette 4 tracks at the house, and on the cassette 4 track, you just we're just listening to it, and I made the cassette, and it was a cassette from a cassette 4 track, and what I do is like drop the beat on the track, and then drop the other sounds, and then bounce all the track to one track, and then put another SP1200 disc, lay the rest of the sounds, bounce all the beat to another track, and then use the next 3 tracks for vocals. So it was sounding kind of like, then we put it on the cassette, put it in the car, and was bumping that shit on the hood for like
fucking
the
scientists.
next 6 months, a year, because we still didn't get signed for a while. Our record, that was like 80... We got signed in 90. That was like 89 we recorded that shit.
Now, were you smart enough as far as like getting your name down for like, production credits, meaning to get paid for it? You know what I mean? Or
we got signed. Well, I'm in the group. Like, we was all in the group. We own the group together still, and we got $65,000 for our first deal. So I think I made about $12,000 from that first record. It's like,
and you still
comes
get
out to like 900
spins.
a track. I had a Regal. I got me some McLean's.
Buick Regal?
Yeah.
Okay, classic.
Got me some McLean's on that motherfucker. Put a system in that shit.
210s, Rockford Fosgate.
Bought some clothes, some 16-inch McLean's, because I couldn't afford Dayton, so I got McLean's. And then, shit.
Hey, listen, man. And it's crazy, man. Those are some. Let me tell you something. Thank you for that. Thank you. Honestly. Yo, Meyhem, you also worked with Alchemist.
Yeah, I always work with Al.
Let me tell you, if he makes a beat that you don't like, do you tell him, well, I don't like this one, or you continue, you just rap over it?
If anybody does, I only, you got to have an honest, open relationship. But I keep it real. I've rarely heard a beat from Al that I don't like. But yeah, anyone I work with, I keep it 100 with. Just like if I spit a verse, he'll tell me, "Yo, man, you could come harder than that." Like, if you cool, you cool. We don't bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's important for a producer and an artist to really like respect each other wholeheartedly. Like, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I feel like even some of your style, and correct me if I'm wrong, but some of your style with Muggs, like I feel like you switched it up a little. I like it. It's some different, some normal, like some what I'm used to hearing, and some of it's a little bit different. Like the rap flow. Am I wrong? Or?
Yeah, I just play with flows and change things in general. And again, this is me and Muggs working together. So sometimes Muggs would be like, "Yo, try to spit it this way, try to flip it that way." And I'm like, if I'm gonna take input from anybody, I'm gonna take it from Muggs. So yeah, we did some shit and it worked out.
Yeah.
I mean, what the public won't realize, it's a dope, cohesive project. What the public won't realize is that y'all have been actually bubbling on this project now for a minute.
Been a long time. A lot of stop and go.
Yeah.
And that's because he's doing stuff, you're doing
He's
stuff.
doing stuff.
And then,
schedules get
I
crazy.
go 100%, and then once I stop, I'm like, it's hard for me to do it, and then go back. I got to finish this now. But I got to go 100. Then once I start on your shit, he's like, I'm not ready yet. I was like, all right, I'm not going to finish it yet then. I'm going to go back to this.
Right.
So it just took, the timing was, but I think it's the right time.
I feel like it is.
So whatever it was, it all worked out. I'm happy it worked out like this.
I feel like
and it's Thanksgiving because of that.
Of course. Happy Thanksgiving.
I mean, just the skits, the samples inside there. I like it.
Let me tell you something about the skits, though, too.
Yeah.
Those aren't skits. Those aren't staged. It's not like, yo, I need you to do this for the album. I got a friend. My man's been on the low, on the run, had issues for years. And he sends me these voice clips. And I asked him, I said, "Dog, do you care if I use these for my projects?" He goes, "Nigga, I'm never coming back. Use whatever you want." And that's what they are.
He said, "I'm never coming back." Listen, Internet, you know what? Let's take a quick break. Sitting here with the legendary DJ Muggs, my man, 50 grand, Meyhem Lauren. Was it Gems Before the Equinox?
Gems from the Equinox.
Okay, well, shit. I see how I fucked that up, and I don't even smoke.
It's all right. Take a hit. She'll be even.
Okay, Internet, we'll be right back. Cheer.
Yo, what's up, man? It's Steve Lobel, and you're listening to the Premium Pete Show. We working.
Internets, today's episode is brought to you by the good folks at Bevel. We already told you it's the holiday season, so what better time to get someone you love a Bevel product? Bevel is, listen, they're the premier shaver in the game. From the razor to the grooming products to their shaver. Barbers are using it worldwide. People are shaving such a clean shave. They're clinically proven to remove razor bumps. Let me tell you something. Bevel is cutting edge, okay? And if you go to getbevel.com/Pete, again, that's getbevel.com/Pete, you'll get a discount. You'll get free shipping. You'll get all that. Go to getbevel.com/Pete. Get someone you love a Bevel product today. Now let's get back to the show. Chit. Internets, and we're back sitting here with Meyhem Lauren, DJ Muggs, Dallas Penn in the building. Listen, it is great to just go over the history. I feel like not only are we touching on the point that you guys made a project, but also about, growing up, Meyhem and Muggs growing up, and really just your place and your start and where you are today. I think a lot of people sometimes don't get to understand or hear that journey. You know what I mean? If Muggs, if you could ever go back, to those days of growing up, anything you would change or any regrets?
Nah. I mean, during the time, I'm sure there are, but when you look back now, you're like, man, all that shit makes you who you are now. So you take one little tiny element, man, I might be working at NASA right now. You know what I mean? One little switch up.
Eating astronaut ice cream.
Same on this side.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change anything. Like anything you did wrong is a learning experience, and it makes you who you are now. Like, I might have got a good verse out of that mistake. I might have got a good album out of that mistake. Like,
hey, listen,
it is what it is.
I always say a mistake is not a mistake if you learn from it.
Yeah.
If you can learn from it. But
I know a lot of people that have a beautiful family because of a mistake. Things happen, man. Plastic breaks.
Hey, listen, Meyhem, you're known for making some of the best turkey chili.
It's a fact.
How did this even fucking happen?
My cilantro game is stupid, man.
Okay.
I'm known for making
cilantro
a lot of things.
It's slept on.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's an underrated culinary, herb. Like cilantro, lemongrass. Shout out to those two, man. People don't give them the credit they deserve,
Dig that.
They're like the underdogs of seasonings. Like,
I like that.
Nah, just cook in general, man. I got a lot of, like I said, videos floating around. I got the turkey chili video on Munchies. I got the shrimp parm video, which I want you to approve. You know what I mean?
Most
Because
definitely.
I'm tapping into your heritage right
most
there.
Most definitely. I want to come on there one day and make some fucking ditalini, put some, lemon butter garlic in it, Who knows? Maybe I'll make some manigot, fresh manigot.
Of course.
Listen, I told you, tell Action, listen, okay? I understand you got all the Albanian snacks and the baklava and all that shit, but when it comes to 7-layer cookies and pignolis, tell him to fucking relax. Okay?
I'll relay that.
Well, he's going to hear it. Listen, Dallas, we got a live show November 15th in Philadelphia. Okay, the Premium Pete Show live show.
WeWork presents. Congratulations, Premium.
I mean, thank you, man. It's gonna.
How was the live show in Atlanta first?
Live show in Atlanta was
that?
beautiful, man. We had KP Kwan Preta come through, Trinidad James, Angela Yee. We had Santana Raymond from the Central Park 5. My father-in-law to be Mr. Nat Robinson, First Priority Music.
Dig it.
Shit, we had a lot of people stop by, man.
Right, Milk D's dad, yeah.
Yeah, man. Audio too,
Dope.
Yeah, so
so okay, you got Philly coming up next.
And then I think
what's the next stop?
It may be Houston. It may be Houston before Toronto.
Houston or Houston?
Houston. Oh, I may not pronounce everything right, but
Houston. Okay, that's
then
dope.
we got Toronto.
Okay,
and
what
then
else
we got L.A.
L.A. Mm-hmm. All right.
So listen,
I'm gonna tell you what. When you hit L.A., make sure you hit up DJ Muggs.
Of course,
he should be back on that side.
Of course,
we're gonna back on that side. Then
we're gonna bring you out because we're doing like an evening of just people from all walks of life, mixed with food and beverage, good sounds. You know what I mean?
I might pop up in Philly. I look for excuses to go to Philly. I like Philly, yo.
Suplex.
And not only that, but to go through a Muggs, retrospective. That would be kind of ill.
Yeah, I mixed the first 2 Cypress albums in Philly.
Really?
At Studio 4, 444 4th Street.
Why is that?
Because my label was there. Joe the Butcher used to work down there, and Rough House was there. Mm-hmm. They was down, like right down in the basement down there. They had 3 studios down there, so I stayed right at that Comfort Inn, right across from the prison on the Brent Franklin Bridge right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was right there, dog, every time.
Damn.
For like a month.
Legendary. Who would ever known? Meyhem, are you signed to a label?
Nah.
So you just independent?
Yeah, just do joint projects.
Yeah. Just do fly shit.
I'm not locked in, you know what I mean?
Do you want to sign to a label?
I mean, if it's a life-changing experience, but otherwise I like just to do partnerships and put things out,
Hey, listen, I think you and Action should fucking start a label, man.
It's responsibility. It's the same reason I don't have kids.
Yeah.
It's harder to manage rappers than kids, man.
So the pull-out game.
Yeah, I'd rather have kids and deal with rappers.
Yeah,
Now I always ask this too. Okay, first of all, Meyhem, you're nice, lyrically, good dude, smart dude. Wordplay is crazy. success has been growing.
Yeah.
Muggs, obviously mad years in the game, doing mad shit, created dope shit. This game could get dry if everyone is doing somewhat of the same thing. Have you ever been trying to put any money or do anything outside of what you're doing, meaning set up the future? Not saying rap is not the future or producing is not the future, but meaning you ever see how people get into tech or people get into, I'll give you an example, Crazy Bone. This is public knowledge, but I think he's worth $250 million.
Yeah.
People may not know that he has restaurants, clothing lines, liquors, meaning he's gotten to all this stuff. I always feel even in the podcast game, I feel like if I just strive to be just a podcast, I'm going to be like everyone else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What have you thought about?
This is just the door to the door.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Have you thought about any property or maybe something?
Of course, man. I got my hands in a million things, couple shoe boxes.
Forget about it.
Start with
Nike or Adidas boxes.
It doesn't matter as long as they're full. But of course you have to invest and think about the future. Rap's not everything rap is now. You can't rap forever, but there's plans, definitely.
What about you, Muggs?
Yeah, I'm good.
And and I like that.
I'm good forever.
And you know what I always say
I
too?
lay low though. I don't be out there shaking my ass, standing on the motherfucking top of a table. I just do my thing and keep it moving and stay silent.
I like that.
And I learned a long time ago that rap is going to set you up to go make your real money. I know when Russell, they sold Def Jam for $35 million, then he sold Fat Farm for $250 million. You know what I mean? You look at everybody who's really, really making money.
Sure.
They're making the real money outside of the game. This is just getting you to that space to go get that. So I learned that shit early on and had some good mentors around me to make a lot of proper investments.
Who were some of your mentors?
Nobody you would know.
Okay.
Just business people, family, friends, and I made a lot of good moves when I was young, so I could do what the fuck I want to do when I want to do it and how I want to do it. But I still get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, be in the gym, be about my business, be in the books, be doing my shit.
That's what I want to hear. I want to hear what's your daily routine?
Get up, go to the gym.
Get up what time in the morning?
6?
It depends. I got my kids.
How many kids you got?
2 kids. I got my kids 15 days a month. So when I got them, I'm up at 6. When I don't got them, I'm up at 7. That extra hour is big, boy. Believe me. When you get that extra hour.
How old are they?
14 and 12.
Okay, nice. Boys?
A girl and a boy.
Oh, okay. You got the best of both worlds, man. Now the girl is 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. We still got to go through the day, though. Okay, so you're getting up at 6 with them, getting them together.
Drop them off.
Getting them out,
go hit
getting
the
them out
gym.
the door.
I'll go hiking a few days a week. I'll go hit the Muay Thai gym the other days, and and then go to the studio. But my studio is a compound, so if I got to handle my business, I'll be in the office side. If not, I'll just be in the studios. I got 3 studios in there, so I got a couple. I let the homies work there, so it's just like a creative space. We do a radio show. I got a radio show on Shade 45. I've had since when did Shade 45 start? 10 years ago. Been on there about 10 years.
Dig it.
Soul Assassins Radio, Tuesday nights. So we do that in there and do the records we do the productions we do, handle our businesses.
Okay, so wait a minute. The day's not done, though.
No.
Day's not done. So then you grab the young scrappies from school.
Yeah. Go make dinner. Go to the crib, make dinner, chill. Chill on those days, pretty much go to bed early, you know what I mean? The other nights I'll go out, have dinner with friends and, make moves, business moves. Keep in touch with friends, keep the relations tight, family, friends. Go out to Al's, and then when I don't got them too, sometimes I'll just shoot the Alchemist crib and go out to his studio, and I'll get over there. I'll just go straight, hit the gym, be over at Al's by 8:30 in the morning because he's up at 6. He's already made 2 beats by 8. You know what I mean? So,
what's one thing that you really love about Alchemist? From a producer to a producer,
just a good man, good human being, man. Good, honest, respectable. Means what he says what he means. No bullshit, no frills, and his work ethic. You can't. It's untouchable. He does this shit 24/7, lives this shit and breathes this shit and loves what he does. We just like painters. We just like artists. We just getting better at what we do, man. We're like Picassos. We're gonna be in our 50s and 60s, just getting better at what we do.
You have 2 kids,
and I'm starting to enjoy this rap shit a lot again. I like
really?
Tell
me why.
I like where New York is right now with May and with Griselda. You know what I mean? And just a lot of these young cats. I'm like, ooh, this shit's getting fucking exciting again. You know what I mean?
And you found somebody with May, I think, who has a great work ethic.
Right.
I've always known May to be a hard working
worker.
Yeah.
And if you ain't gonna work harder for me, if you ain't gonna work harder than me for your shit, then I can't fuck with you.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be out there like ready to grind. I just did an album with I finished the album with Rock Marcy, who's another one of my favorite MCs too. We have an album done. It's coming out in March called Chaos.
Rock Marciano, man.
Yeah.
Listen, Rock is
It's a beast.
Rock is
It's family.
beautiful, man.
Beautiful.
I was with Rock yesterday. Action got a new show, a new nightly show, the Untitled Action Bronson show, and we had Rock up there. We were just wilding in the kitchen.
Tuna pouches.
Come on, pouches of tuna, banging on pots and pans, eating all kind of things, heavy on the truffle. I made the world's most expensive bagel. We shaved about 2 G's worth of black truffle on a bagel. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
See, why I gotta at least eat some of this shit, man. I I got the metabolism on
Listen,
crack.
pull
And by
up,
the
man.
time,
Listen,
besides
listen.
Muggs, man.
You gotta just work hard, man. Work hard. You'll be in that position.
Oh, really? That's how it is.
That's how it goes.
I gotta say, my man X about to have the best show in TV history. I know that's a big statement, but you never seen anything like this in your life.
Yeah.
This nightly show was crazy.
No, I'm proud.
dog.
I'm proud to see his.
A nightly show.
A nightly show, and we coming back with Fuck That's Delicious too. Season 3, that's happening next year, 100%. But
Okay.
right now, he's about to hit you with the nightly show,
A
and
nightly show. That's
yeah,
crazy.
you about to see our
5
faces
days a
every
week?
day. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's gonna be bananas.
Now, Mixum, how have you positioned yourself to be a part of that and set yourself up? Meaning, like, knowing monetary, like how much to charge, or did you just go with the flow?
I mean, yeah, you just learn like any business. You learn.
Yeah.
Everything's a learning experience, and I'll just say it's going well.
Yeah.
You know?
No, and it fits. Like I said, it's not somebody like it's like not like someone's putting you on. It fits, man.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You became like it makes me happy to see that because it's a crew of people doing things together and working together and flourishing together. So I love seeing it, man. It's like it's special. Especially even seeing Alchemist out there with you guys on the Fuck That's Delicious.
Yeah, Al brings something to the table.
Come on.
You can't just have 3 fat dudes who like everything.
When he puts on his glasses, he means business, He's fucking, he's on his Poindexter shit, shouts to Alchemist. Who can make a better peach cobbler than you?
Not many people. And I'm
Are you
not gonna
sure about
front. No. And listen, since the one that's been online,
That peach
I've
cobbler's
enhanced
crazy.
it. I reevaluated it and I switched it up a little. So like the new version is even crazier.
Oh my God.
I put my cobbler against anybody, straight up.
Really?
Anyone's grandmother.
Internet's-
Call her up.
Call your grandmother up.
You're gonna make me start taking insulin just so I can eat that peach cobbler, yo.
Nah, no cobbler for you, man.
All right, damn.
I'll make you a poached peach salad or something.
I
know?
got to get these numbers right, man, because that cobbler was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, here's where I jump. I jump over to Muggs now because I think Cypress, like I've experienced Cypress at festivals. Great experience at Rock the Bells, man. Cats were in the back in the mud wrestling, and one cat got his leg broke.
And he loved it.
Oh, and Cypress was
He
on. It
loved it.
was
Yeah, yeah.
it was the perfect soundtrack for some backyard wrestling.
Right.
Where have you been where you have said, okay, you know what, this is the craziest shit?
Oh man, one of the craziest shows we did was Woodstock '95. It was like 500,000 people. Bananas.
500,000 people.
Yeah, we had to take a helicopter just to get in because we can go across the river because you couldn't even drive into the show. I tried to walk around the crowd. It took me 3 hours to go from this side of the stage to over there. So many motherfucking people. Got lost out there. That was one of the craziest shows. But our shows was off the hook. Like, we brought that rock and roll energy. Like, hip-hop, when I was coming up, Run DMC, Public Enemy, LL Cool J, all the stuff Rick Rubin was doing had rock and roll energy. So you bring that energy and your shows are live. Oh, the Beastie Boys, too. And I was like, that was the blueprint right there for us. Like, yo, so... And just going on... We would tour with Bjork one day, play with Lauryn Hill the next day, play with Metallica the next day. You know what I mean? Like, it never... And just tour.
Yeah.
Build
What
your
about
fan
meeting
base.
them guys?
Build your fan base. Build your fan base.
Sure.
Because there was no fuck radio, fuck videos. Because
Right. You're not getting no radio play.
If you ain't,
certainly not getting no radio play.
we
Too
went
hardcore.
on, we invest in yourselves. We was like, fuck it. We went on the Beastie Boy tour. We was platinum. They was gold. We only got $500 a night. And we was like, man, fuck that. We over here making $5,000 a night. And we was like, well, fuck it. We're going to sell new records every night, get our publishing, get our merch, and steal every motherfucking fan they got and kill them. So when they got to go on after us, it's going to be hard as fuck. And then after that shit, boom. We was double platinum a year later. You know what I mean? I know that set us up.
You know, I know I asked May, and I think I asked you.
And a lot of motherfuckers wouldn't have went on that tour for $500 a night. They'd
Right.
been like, fuck that. We making all this other money. Why are we going to go do that shit? That's going backwards.
Right.
But there was, that
But
short-sighted
y'all
right
had
there.
that,
That's short-sighted.
y'all had the foresight to
Yeah.
be like, wait a minute, these guys have a fan base that we want to incorporate, that we want to bring under our umbrella.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't think about the long haul. It's like
let me get 10% of that 100,000,000 people.
Yeah.
You get 100,000. That's $1 million publishing deal. I'm gonna get just off of that shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's another. So it was just like
You're right. People
The
too
other
many.
thing I want to get to also, people don't
you gotta
realize.
invest in your future. It ain't all just grab the bag today.
But hold on for a second now. The tour grind is, that's some shit that you gotta really. And I would talk to May about this, because when he takes European trips, I get concerned, because I'm like, man, listen, bro, are you eating right? Because I know what it could
Touring's
be.
easy now. So anybody who's crying like a little bitch about touring right now, yo, I'm talking. We toured. There wasn't no good food.
Mm-hmm.
There was no internet. There was no worldwide cell phones. You had to change your money in a different city every day. The
Mm-hmm.
buses wasn't fly like now. Now you got the internet. Now motherfuckers know what good food is everywhere.
Yeah.
Now they got worldwide cell phones where you can look at your kids when you're missing people.
Yeah.
You try to you call your girl, like, I'll call you in 3 days, and you try to get on the phone, but the fucking country codes wasn't working, couldn't get through in the hotels. Like, shit was a little bit harder back then. Now I'm like trying to make beats on the road. Back then you had drum machine with a fucking turntable in the bus, bouncing up and down. There was no, so I'm like, now it's easy to tour. Let's go.
yeah, I don't complain about tours. Send me on the road. Matter of fact, I
You
don't
know what
even
it
like
is?
being
You just
home
got
too
to
much.
eat good and exercise, man. If you partying, you're gonna kill yourself. Man.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill yourself trying to do that shit and do that shit and do that shit and do that shit. But I'll hit the spa, hit the gym. I'll use it as like a time just to like get outside of your life, look at your life from the outside looking in, reevaluate your shit. Get in shape, eat good, sleep as good as you can, and come back better, bigger, better, stronger, faster.
Dig it. Dig it. So you're really using the tour then to re-energize yourself.
100%.
100%, you have
But
to.
believe me, I didn't for those first 5 or 6 years. I was wilding out, drinking a bottle of Jack at night, fighting every night, wilding out every night.
What made you stop?
Lawsuits.
What about the kids? We
I didn't have kids yet then.
Okay.
I didn't have kids.
Have they
yet.
changed your life?
Oh, definitely, 100%.
What made you look at things from a different
you either
lens?
step up and man up, or you just be a donkey. You know what I mean? So you're gonna go one way or another with kids. So I decided I'm gonna be fucking the best father ever. Like, the ill as I'm doing this shit, I'm gonna be better at that shit. You know what I mean? Raise these kids and make them strong, make them powerful, and let them and see all the holes where I think my parents, or I see other people fucking up. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna have those holes and those regrets later. So I'm gonna step it up and be powerful for these kids, man.
Sure.
I'm inspired right now to listen to Gems from the Equinox again, and then actually go back and pull out some old. I say old Mayhem. It's funny because I say old Meyhem Lauren, but it might only be like 7, 8 years old.
Yeah, or even earlier than that.
It's all relative.
In this era, that's old.
Yeah.
Shit, that's real
But
old.
here-
A couple months
that-
pass by. Oh, that's old. Like,
Right, that's some old shit.
Yeah.
Last week's old now.
You know, Mayhem.
I already heard that one.
Will we see a tour from this album?
I mean, more than likely. I'd be surprised if not. It's it's groundbreaking music. I'm not trying to just sit here and big myself up, but I mean, I'd be shocked if not.
And it's available everywhere.
Available everywhere on the 27th. Right now, it's available exclusively on soulassassins.com.
Yep.
Where we're selling deluxe versions. We have bundles. We have hoodies. We got T-shirts. Like I said, you see Jesus here with these Uzis right now. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna dress like me,
iTunes, Spotify,
Mm,
Tidal,
Jesus.
Apple
Yeah, the
Music, everywhere.
27th everywhere.
Everywhere on the 27th. But like I said, right now, soulassassins.com.
Right now, everything's just exclusive packaging with extra songs you can't get nowhere else.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So the CD on our site has
Yeah.
2 extra songs. The digital download on our site has 2 extra songs.
different two.
A different 2. Like we're not gonna release those ever anywhere else.
And
dope,
this is
dope.
November 27th. This is Thanksgiving
No,
or
that's
October?
Right
October.
now.
Okay,
Right
October
now.
27th.
October 27th.
I thought you said literally on Thanksgiving.
Nah, I mean, it is Thanksgiving. Every day's Thanksgiving, but
you
not
already-
that Thanksgiving.
You already been told me that.
Yeah, you already know.
But right now on soulassassins.com is
Right.
the deluxe.
Yeah.
New video dropping the day of the album. Video with Conway.
Okay.
Griselda,
Shouts
yeah.
to Conway.
Dropping on the day of the album.
West Side Gun.
West Side.
Come on, those are my people. I just went to Philly 2 days ago. They had a show. I went out there to rock with them.
Yeah,
I
you
was
know what's so crazy? I live so close to Philly, and I didn't see that. This is what happens. You wind up seeing something the next day.
Nah,
I'm
that
like,
show
fuck,
was
I would have came
poppin',
out.
man.
I would have
Locks
hit you.
and Griselda. Come on, That was a good
I would
show.
have hit. I mean, Styles P's the homie. I would have hit.
Yeah.
I would have came out. I'm only like 20 minutes from Philly.
Damn.
But anyway, listen, I'll catch you next time. What's next, man? What's next? I mean, obviously you have the album out, but what's next for you?
I mean, I got a lot of things I'm working on, but to be honest, I want to just focus on this. Everything is just gems from the Equinox right now. Like, you just put it like this, I'm not stopping. I got a lot of shit next, but it's this for a minute.
You know, I want to touch back on something, pause, but I want to touch back on what I was saying before about preparing for the future. You know, I always tell people, artists, and I remember talking with, like, do you ever, like, make enough music to, like, make a will? Or produce enough music to produce, like, a will? Because, you know, like, in this game, you don't have, like, a 401k if you don't make make your own.
Yeah.
But your catalog could become your will. Like, your family could put it out. Or,
just keep a family trust more than a will. The government can't touch the trust. Well, they can get all up in the mix of your will, first of all. And then you leave it in the family trust for the next 1,000 years. So your daughter's kid ain't gonna marry some fuck boy, and then he's gonna try to sell your shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, y'all can use my shit for the next 1,000 years, but nobody can go take it and sell it because nobody owns it. And keep all your intellectual property. Own everything. I've never done a publishing deal or nothing. I own everything I've ever done, and that's why residuals just don't stop. You might get a $2 check, you might get a $100,000 check next week, but just own all your shit forever.
Now,
you might. Some manager's gonna come and go, I can get you $200,000 right now. But he don't tell you it's going to cost you $250,000 just to pay the $200,000 back, and then they're going to have your music for the next. Even once you recoup, they're still going to have it for another 7 years. You know what I mean? So, own all your shit and just like sacrifice until them checks are coming in. Because once that pipeline's full, you're going to see checks for the rest of your life, man.
Patience, man. Patience.
Yeah,
now, do you
with your
still
money.
credit that to the OGs and the mentors that you said gave you that advice? Because at a young age, you didn't know about this shit.
You know what, though? My first band before Cypress, they fucked us. They took the 783. They was like, do this. And I was like, damn, y'all just fucking pulled the wool over our eyes. Because we was kids. There was no internet or the making of the band or none of the shit. So I got really fucked good in that band. And then, but after that, I was like, okay, I got this shit already figured out. Even at that, when I was in that band, I went and met with Mr. Bill at Def Jam. And he was like, what's your concept? I was like, the fuck is a concept? I didn't even know what the word concept meant. I was like 17 going to Mr. Bill's office with 783. But then I went back to Cypress and was like, yo, we got to have a concept. You know, what's your logo? What's a logo? Public Enemy got this. And, da-da-da. And I was like, oh, shit, we got to have a logo, too.
So you're taking all these chance meetings and saying and gleaning that information from there.
Yeah, no,
and
you learn things from every meeting, every conversation.
Exactly. What's the most? I mean, you're on TV, Mayhem. You're putting out music, albums with different. I mean, you had the one with Buck Wild, like one with DJ Muggs. I mean, your resume is getting bigger and bigger. What are some of the things that you learned that you consider priceless and important throughout this move?
I mean, what, through this album with Muggs?
No, just throughout the times. Like, you're doing a lot of shit. There's got to be things that you learned or you saw.
I mean, each project, each person that you work with, everybody works a different way. Everybody has a different opinion, and there's different goals for each project or each situation that you're in. So you just got to take what you get from each individual scenario and make the best of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with Muggs, for instance, like I learned a lot about thinking out the box, trying different things, and trimming the fat. Like really just making the best shit, forcing it there, making a number of tracks and sticking to it. You know what I mean? Like, you just learn different things.
And you write raps down?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
All the time. Like, I write lines. I think of lines, words, concepts all the time. I'm always in my phone, but I don't really write a full rap unless I have the beat on. Like, you can't write without hearing the beat. Like, I know some people do, but that's why I have offbeat rhymes. You know what I mean? You got to really become one with it. Might take that line, okay, I'm going to start with this, and then just build around that.
Listen, special shit, man. It's special to see, people collaborate with people that they admire. But more importantly, let the people get that. Like the thing is, you're feeding the people, and you see that when you go to these concerts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How much they love, and like I said, you got the TV aspect. You got just putting out albums aspect, merch. You know what I mean? Like it's just amazing to see how far you come. I remember PNC. What was that? 2010. I think that was the first time we ever brought Action on, and you won.
Yeah.
I told Dallas.
That was the beginning right there.
Dallas introduced me to Mayhem. I was like, yo, this motherfucker hugged me. His shoulders were so broad. I'm like, damn, man, what are you trying to come in my pockets for, motherfucker? Back the fuck up. Like, cause you had the way you like, you know what I mean? Like the way he like said what's up to me was like overbearing, like, you know.
It was just love, though, man. You had a good sneaker on. I was like, okay, my dude right here.
Let me get what size you wear, your size. You know, I do this a lot with certain people. You know, obviously he knows, but even like I love the relationship that you and Action have. You know, if you could sum up Action, you know how you feel about him. You know, what's special about Action?
I mean, that's family. I want to say he's just an extreme person, like extremely good and extremely crazy when he's crazy. Like, he'll do the best things in the world, and when he gets in the mood, you're like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? You know what I mean? But like, he's just family, and he goes out of his way to help his friends and like bring them along with anything that he's doing and just open the door. You know what I mean? I don't expect him to directly do things from him, but like if a door's open, he's like, we're all walking in here. You know what I mean? And I love him for that, and that's why I do the same anytime I get a chance.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Ain't no fun unless the homies have some.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, but I've seen a lot of cats, even over at Dr. Dre's, where they're just waiting for Dre. They signed to Dre and they're waiting for Dre. Can't wait.
You gotta move on your own.
Waiting for Action. He's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
If something pops off, cool. If something pops off, cool. You know, you see Kendrick didn't wait for Dre. He went and got his own shit bubbling, and then boom, I get behind you. A lot of motherfuckers just waiting to get put on, then they start complaining and bitching. Yeah, I was your man. You didn't do this. You didn't do this. You didn't do this.
Yeah, but what did you do for yourself?
Go get hot. Get yourself popping, and then you slide right in.
And then just reconnect, and it just makes it more powerful.
How many relationships, Muggs, have you lost because of lack of what I feel is communication? See,
a gang of them. And this shit is even worse now. Motherfuckers with that text and shit. I lost a gang of them from, you know, just humans. Just humans, man. Humans are some weird motherfuckers sometimes and not communicating correctly with their motherfucking feelings, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Half the time making music, the reason I don't fuck with a lot of cats is because it's the human side. I don't want to deal with the motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
That's true.
I had labels, $1 million labels, $1 million groups signed that you don't know who they are, that I just dropped because they was on some bullshit, and I was like, I ain't putting up with this shit. I don't need the money. So now before I fuck with people, the human side got to be tight. Like, oh, that's a good human being right there. I'm going to fuck with you.
Sure. And I think
all that other shit, man, I'm cool.
Create good vibes off of that.
I'd rather go play with my fucking dogs and hang out with some motherfucker in the studio 8 hours a night for the next fucking month.
It's crazy how a dog doesn't talk.
So he can go get money doing shows and be like, oh, cool. Thanks, homie.
Sure.
But a dog doesn't talk, but a dog can communicate better than a lot of people.
Hell yeah.
That's a man's best friend. You know, Mayhem, you know, even speaking about what Dallas is talking about with Muggs, you know, and I know you're going to have some fly response because that's just how you do. But this industry, and we'll get to you, Muggs, about this too, this industry is shady sometimes. You know, I always use the reference, Jay says, I'll show you how to move in a room full of vultures. How have you been able to deal with people who may have not had texted you back or may not have answered you back your phone call?
It is what it is. That's life. That's any industry. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just what it is. Like, if you have a 9 to 5, you know, there's some scumbag who comes in late all the time and buys the boss breakfast so he could get special treatment. Or, you know, if you're in the street, there's people that are more concerned about them. Like, I don't take anything personal. I just focus on what I do, enjoy life. I don't care about not hitting me back. I don't care. Yo, you do something for me, I appreciate it. If you don't, whatever, I'm still going to do for myself. Like, I really don't give a fuck. And not for nothing, I've met more good people in this industry than bad. So people love to say, yeah, the industry's shady, the industry's full of snakes. 100%, I've met more good people through music, television, and everything else than bad. No question.
You know what I like about that? It's funny. I feel like there's so many people who complain, but not many people who say good shit. So if shit is good when it's good, you should complain. You should have as much appreciation as you have complaints.
I met a ton of good people.
Or less or more. You know what I mean?
Entertainment, like a lot.
Muggs, I mean, obviously you just explained how you gone through some shit with people who are shady or the beginning group.
I don't deal. I just cut them loose. Boom. Yep. Cool. And
see you later.
See you later. I got shit to do. I'm good. I'm going to be good. I was good before you. I'm going to be good after you. I'm good. You want to come? You want to work hard? You want to do this and be cool? Come on. If not, then cool. We good.
I like that. Listen. Gems from the Equinox.
Gems. That's right. Gems right here.
Okay. So many gems. So many gems. Listen, take these gems, put in your pocket, and use them when you need them. But listen, Meyhem Lauren on Instagram and Twitter, right?
100%. Meyhem Lauren.
Viceland. You want Viceland?
Very much so.
Okay. Fucks That's Delicious coming back.
Yeah, we on the way.
Okay. Muggs, you out there. What are you on Instagram or Twitter?
DJ Muggs.
DJ Muggs.
Period.
And you got some tours going on, or you got some?
Nah, I got a bunch of shit coming on, but this is all that really matters right now.
So we can find Gems from the Equinox right now on soulassassins.com.
Yeah.
Right.
The deluxe digital version.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And the deluxe CD, and the hoodies, and the T-shirts.
No cassette.
We might do one.
No single?
We ain't doing one yet. We might.
Single, right?
We might hit you with a single. Not yet
Definitely have that murder
Vinyl.
rap. Definitely have that murder rap on a single.
though. Yeah.
Well,
That
listen,
street religion. Definitely.
listen. It took a minute, but I'm finally glad it happened. Mayhem, like I said, I've been proud to see your success keep on going.
Been a long time. Man.
No, and I'm honestly proud to see that you and Muggs together. Like I like I really didn't I know of you, Muggs. I never got to really chop it up with you, but you could tell from a short amount of time sitting down with you, you a real dude. And it's good when real dudes around real dudes because
Right.
they create real things.
That's how it worked out.
Gems from the
1000%.
Equinox. You know what I mean? Forget about it. Equinox is not a fucking gym that you go and fucking work out. You understand? That's what I thought at first. I was like,
The
what are
new
they?
car too. I think you got a Ford Equinox or a Chevy Equinox. I saw a billboard the other day. I was thinking about climbing up there and writing gems above it. Like
You always like just putting some crazy words together, like the tomato and mozzarella with the basil. You know what I mean? Like whatever it's saying.
I mean, language is a beautiful thing.
I could use language on you. Eggplant rollatini, Mercedes Benz, BMW, 190E, leather.
Don't rap.
I'm not rapping. I'm just talking.
Don't rap.
But internet's listen.
Mayhem Lauren. It takes 10 years
To
to
what?
become an overnight success.
My man told me that 10 years ago.
I feel like
I'm about to make it this year. My man told me 10
I
years
told you
ago.
that 9 years ago.
Yeah.
I feel like you right on the cusp of that. You're right on the cusp of doing something good, Mayhem Lauren.
Yeah.
People better
Working.
watch out.
I think so.
People better listen up.
I feel good about everything.
Dope.
Well, listen.
Congratulations. Good to meet you, DJ Muggs. After all these years, man.
Pleasure. Thanks
Salutes,
for having
brother.
us.
DJ Muggs, a
Appreciate that.
paisano. Forget about
That's
who it
right.
is. Gems from the Equinox. Go pick that fucking up. Check out DJ Muggs. Check out Mayhem Lauren on Instagram. And listen, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy
See you next
Thanksgiving to
episode,
you.
Internet. Dallas Penn.
Premier Pete, man.
Love my brother. Internets, if you enjoyed that episode, I want you to reach out to me. Email me. Tweet me, okay? Email thepremiumpeteshow@gmail.com. At Twitter, @PremiumPete, @PremiumPete Show. On Instagram, @PremiumPete, @PremiumPete Show also. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you didn't like. And also, to all my small businesses or big business, no matter how small or big you are, you want to advertise with The Premium Pete Show? Get at me. thepremiumpeteshow@gmail.com, and we'll figure something out, okay? Now make sure you subscribe, rate, and tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'll see you next episode. Cheer. Internets, if you enjoyed that episode, I want you to reach out to me. Email me. Tweet me, okay? Email thepremiumpeteshow@gmail.com. At Twitter, @PremiumPete, @PremiumPete Show. On Instagram, @PremiumPete, @PremiumPete Show also. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you didn't like. And also, to all my small businesses or big business, no matter how small or big you are, you want to advertise with The Premium Pete Show? Get at me. thepremiumpeteshow@gmail.com, and we'll figure something out, okay? Now make sure you subscribe, rate, and tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'll see you next episode. Cheer.